What's up everybody, and welcome back to Ben's Big Drive. Now if you've ever played in a tournament, you know that nothing can derail your round faster than those little orange flags you see behind me on the fairway. That's right, we're talking OB. We've all been there. That one hole that you count on birdieing turns into a bogey at best situation just because of this little guy, and you're left lying in bed at night thinking about those two strokes that would have won you the tournament. Well, I'm here to show you how 1 hour of practice can shave countless of OB strokes from your tournament scorecard and keep those OB demons from haunting your dreams. So to set up for the first exercise in our 1 hour of practice to stop going OB, the first thing you're going to want to do is to find a hole or a field that's relatively flat and that goes as far as you can throw. So once you've got somewhere to throw, take a bunch of discs and mark the middle of the fairway in about 30-foot increments all the way as far as you think you can throw. So after you've got it all set up, go ahead and get your 3 farthest flying discs and throw 3 max distance shots. So once you've thrown your 3 max distance shots, go ahead and just measure the raw distance of all 3 of those shots, average them up, and then pace them off from the middle of the fairway to see how far from right to left they went from the middle of the fairway. So what this information is going to tell us is not only how far we throw on average, but how much distance from the middle of the fairway from right to left that we need to make that max distance throw happen. So once I total up the average distances my max distance shot went, and then the average distance they went from the fairway, I know that I can combine those numbers to decide whether or not to go for a long hole. Say you can throw 450 feet and you got a 450-foot shot ahead of you, but there's tight OB at the green and there's only 20 feet of difference. If you know that you might be able to reach the hole, but you need 50 feet of distance from left to right to land that disc in bounds, you're gonna know that it's probably not worth it to go for a maximum distance shot off the tee, because chances are you could end up going out of bounds. You're way more likely to score better if you take that 400 or that 350-foot shot, keep it in the fairway, and get up and down for your par. So once we know our average distance on our max distance shot and our average distance from the middle of the fairway of the max distance shot, we're equipped to make a good decision when we step up to a hole that's pushing the edge of our range and has an OB element to the green or the fairway. So the second drill in your 1 hour of practice is going to be the exact opposite of the first one. For this one, we're going to find out what disc and what shot gets us the furthest down the fairway, but ends us up in the middle every single time. So for this shot, you're not going for max distance, but you're going for maximum control. So after this drill, you should know everything about your most consistent shot. This means you should know what disc you're throwing, what shot type you're throwing, and how far down the fairway it goes. Before, you would have had to just make a guess decision based on what you're feeling that day and what disc has been working for you that day. But stepping up to that scary hole with a shot in your bag that you know time and time again is going to end up in the fairway is going to do wonders for your confidence and keep your stress down on the course. Now what this is also going to do is it's going to change the way that you play holes with OB or tricky par 4s out in your tournaments. So say your most consistent shot is like mine, and it's a mid-range hyzer out to about 250 feet. And now you're in a tournament and you step up to a 500-foot par 4. Now most of the people are going to step up to this hole and throw a maximum distance shot because they want to be closest to the hole to have the shortest upshot after their tee shot. But we know from our first drill that throwing your maximum distance shot gives you way more margin of error from right to left, and they have a very high chance of going out of bounds because they're throwing max distance. So you step up to the hole, you know that you've got a 250-foot shot in your bag that lands inbounds every single time. You throw that 250-foot chip shot, and then you throw it again on the second one, you're 500 feet and you're right under the basket, while somebody might have been 400 feet off the tee, but they landed OB. So now they're scrambling just to get up and down for par. Now that's going to gain you so many strokes on your opponents during a tournament, and it's going to keep your stress level down, which is huge for performing your best in a tournament situation. So the third and final exercise in your 1 hour of practice is designed to give you a catalog of disc and shots that you're most comfortable throwing with at any distance within your range. So what you're gonna do for this drill, you're gonna take a target, something like a disc, or you can set your bag, but you're gonna set it at 50 feet increments all the way from where you're throwing to the end of your range. Now you're gonna take every single disc out of your bag that you think you could possibly use on a shot for any of those distances. And I encourage you to write it down and to find out what disc and what shot always ends up closest to the target at every 50-foot increment all the way throughout your range. What this is gonna do is it's basically gonna create a caddy book for yourself, a catalog of shots that are most consistent for you at every single distance within your range. Now this is going to keep you from turning disc over that you're trying to push too far, or from hyzering out early and going OB because you thought you could get a really stable disc this distance, now you're gonna know before you step up to the hole, hey, I'd love to throw my Firebird here, but there's no way I can get it all the way to the basket. Or I'd love to throw my really flippy Destroyer so I can get all the way there, but I know at that distance it might be uncontrollable and it might flip over and go to the right and never come back, and then I'm OB. So now instead of guessing on the course and picking out random discs from your bag and seeing if they work, you're gonna have a catalog based on real evidence of your practice on what shot you're most comfortable with at every single distance within your range, and you're gonna know that you have the capability of putting that disc close to the basket. So the game of disc golf is all about playing your own game and staying in control. And nothing tells you that somebody isn't playing their own game or they're not in control as fast as going out of bounds multiple times. Now, just taking at minimum of 1 hour to really go out and get technical and to know your game and to know the disc in your bag and how far they go in the fairway, that's gonna save you so much stress during a tournament, and it's gonna put you strokes ahead of people that haven't taken the time to really get to know their bag or to know they're consistent in the fairway shots. So if you like keeping your disc within these little guys, subscribe to the channel for form videos, more tips like this one, and to follow my journey to becoming a pro disc golfer. Keep it within the stripes and follow along for more of Ben's Big Drive. Yeet!